Hi everybody, I'm Mark, and this is episode 1 of Stoneblock Let's Play. This is also my first YouTube video series, so bear with me as I get things working correctly. Hopefully everything sounds and looks okay. Stoneblock is modded Minecraft, obviously. Notice the blocks. And you start in a cave underground in a world that is completely made up of stone. There's nothing else available in this world other than some lava at the top to keep you from getting to the surface. You have one torch and a quest book to begin. The quest system is pretty familiar, but it's also very light. It's not going to dig you deep into the mods that are in this pack, which is available, by the way, on the Twitch launcher. It's easy to get. And so we're going to start with, obviously, the start of Stoneblock. And the first thing we do, unlike normal Minecraft where you punch trees, we punch some rocks. So I'm just going to start punching rocks with an empty hand and see what we get. And the first thing we get is Pebbles. And this is extremely slow. Oops. It's slow to start because you need an empty hand, and I was punching with Pebbles, which doesn't work. So we're going to real quick just hammer down some of these base rocks, and you can see we just got a complete quest because we have enough Pebbles. So if we look in the quest log, Stoneblock, 16 Pebbles complete, and we get loot chests as rewards. And I'm going to save loot chests for now because the rewards are interesting. So the next thing we do is we take Pebbles and we craft them in a 2x2 grid, and that gives us basic cobblestone. So cobblestone is sort of your basic material that you use for everything, and the first thing we're going to make out of it is a stone crafting table, which is also a quest. If we go to you can see complete quests ready to claim, and quests that are available are in red. So we're going to go here, we're going to claim that, and we're going to look at our next quest, which is dirt. So you break cobblestone. The usual progression with hammers is stone, cobblestone, gravel, sand, dust in sort of skyblock style mod packs. This mod pack sticks dirt in the middle of that series, so we can use a hammer to get dirt. And that's what I'm going to do, but before I do that, I'm actually going to need to break a few more rocks because we need to make the hammer. And to make the hammer, we need enough stone to make 2 stone rods plus the hammerhead itself, which is 2 stone. So shouldn't take too long. We'll get there. Meanwhile, this you obviously start in a pretty limited space. I'm going to turn the initial room. I always like keeping track of where I started when I play a mod pack, so I'm going to keep this initial room as sort of my general workshop and expand out from here to build the rest of the base. There's a lot of ways to get resources in this pack once we get through the initial grinding away at stone for a while. The first step is going to be turning rocks into dirt and getting some trees by breaking the rock or breaking the dirt we get with a stone crook. And once we get trees, we can start building some traditional tools, including sieves, which we can use to sift dirt. I actually guess I should put down my crafting table. We can sift dirt into saplings. Sorry, brain freeze there for a minute. We can sift dirt to get saplings. Saplings can grow trees. That is not what I'm making. I am making a couple stone rods. And stone rods are pretty much interchangeable with sticks. And there's our first tool, which we can use. Sort of done that. So obviously we can break stone a bit faster with this. So we're going to break enough stone here to get to the next stage, and if we look ahead, the next stage is getting dirt, so we need at least 10 cobblestone to get the dirt we need to complete that quest. What do we have here? Well, we've got 35, so we have plenty. So, as I said, you can use the hammer, and you can break dirt into gravel. And I'm actually using, I think it's ore excavation to do vein mining, which means you mine all like blocks in a specific area by holding a hotkey. In this case, it's the backtick. Hi everyone, we're back. Sorry about that. I had a bit of a coughing fit. It's winter here, and the dry air is just kind of playing havoc with me today. So I went ahead and made a stone crook, which I've used a little bit. Stone crook has a simple recipe, and when you use a stone crook on dirt, it drops saplings. So you can see my first round I got a few saplings of each type of the basic sort of Minecraft trees. And if I go ahead and look in here, I've already claimed this chest, or this loot reward. We need to get 4 of each kind of sapling to complete the next quest. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and vein mine this and pick up a bunch more saplings. Are we close? We need 1 more spruce and jungle and darkwood. So we're going to have to do a little more grinding. So we break gravel down. I really hope I don't need to do tons more of this. We may actually have to make another stone hammer because this one is about broken. We have 1 more gravel to do. All right. Eventually I'll make a builder's wand. Well, eventually I'm not doing this on screen. I'm going to keep 1 dirt just for trees. And now we take the crook, we vein mine this, and there we go. We got enough saplings. So we claim our next reward, and now we have saplings we can plant. And how many did we get? We got a good number. So I am going to start with oak saplings just because they are the basic and they're relatively easy to grow. And I'm going to just throw a dirt block here. And now, finally, we can get to the point that you normally start in Minecraft, which is punching trees. The first thing I'm going to do to speed this process up is make a stone axe, because once I have a stone tool I can vein mine the trunk, and we do have fast leaf decay in this pack, so it'll make harvesting trees much faster. Go, as you can see. I don't quite have enough stone for that, so let's go ahead and break up a little more stone. Don't need that. What I'm going to do though is just go ahead and turn this into planks. I'm going to make a stone axe, vanilla stone axe for Minecraft. Put that there. And I'm also going to make another hammer because I'm about to break my original one. And we will have to do some additional sort of grinding of rocks. I'm not going to do that on camera. I know no one really wants to watch this sort of grindy stuff, but I wanted to show people what the basic startup looks like. So this is it. So I'm going to go away and I'm going to harvest some more stone. I'm going to cut down a bunch more trees, and if we look in the quest book, what I'm shooting for is 16 logs, and that is going to give us storage, which I think is just a chest. Tinkers I'm not going to worry about just yet, but we're going to get silkworms from using the crook on leaves, and silkworms will give us we can infest the leaves of the trees with silkworms to get string out of infested leaves with the crook, and that will get us to our sieves, which let us sift gravel, sand, dust, dirt to get additional resources, including various ores. And that's sort of our starting resource generation, which is the goal for today, is to get basic resource generation going. So I'm going to go away. I'll be back when I have some resources to play with. Okay, we're back. As you can see, I have gathered a few resources and chopped down a bunch of trees. I have a bunch of saplings. I have a few apples and some silkworms. I've gone ahead and treated this tree's leaves with silkworms, which I actually want another crook to make sure that I get the most out of breaking these. Pretty sure that a crook on infested leaves gives you a better return. And if I break this, you can see I picked up a ton of string. So I have, along the way, I do have more than 16 oak wood, so I can claim this reward. I can go back, and now we have string, so I can also claim this reward. And our next step, which was the goal of all this, is to make a sieve. I'm going to go ahead and cut down this tree and plant another one just so it has a chance to grow while we're doing this, because we definitely need more trees for now. So the sieve needs at least a plank, and I'm going to look up the recipe because I never remember. So you can make heavy sieves which sift compressed items with a slightly lower chance of getting results, or you can make a regular sieve which just sifts the normal blocks. I'm going to go ahead and make a regular sieve, which we can just make, and I'm going to stick it over, for now I'm going to stick it in the ground right here. But if we look at this, you can't actually do anything with it because it doesn't have a mesh, and there are various meshes. I think it's string, flint, iron, and then diamond meshes, and each mesh as you go up that scale gives you different and usually better sifting results. I am only going to be able to make a string mesh for now, which is another quest reward, so we can claim that. And I'm going to stick that in here, and now this is usable. And just so you know, you can remove meshes to switch them by shift right clicking. I went ahead and made a bunch of gravel here so I can show you the, well, before I do that, I am going to clear out a little junk in my inventory by making a chest, which I believe is also another quest. I just want to have a little storage space. I don't really need to be carrying those. I don't really need that. These stones are junk, but I'll throw them in there for now because we'll probably get more. We picked up the actually additions manual from something. I don't actually remember what we got that from. That's a very good question. I think it's some item that dropped that gives you the manual automatically. So we can do the storage quest and claim that reward, and we can also do the sieve reward and claim that, so we're caught up on our rewards. And we are going to have a bunch of chests to open by the time this is all done. So the way this works, and believe me, I'm not going to do this on camera very much, is you just click and hold with right mouse button, and the sieve generates materials. And it's relatively slow with the string mesh. The speed of sifting doesn't change, but the results you get are better with higher quality meshes. One of the things we're going to get out of this is flint, which we can use to make a flint mesh, which is the next step up, which gives us much better results. We can also sift dirt. You can see for flint, what we're mostly getting is sort of mineral resources and basic items from Minecraft. There's our flint for our flint mesh. We get these ore chunks, which we can combine into ore. Well, we get ore pieces, which we can combine into chunks, which we can then smelt for actual ingots. But this gives us our first stage resource generation. There are plenty of other ways to generate resources in this pack. The two big, probably sort of early game ways other than sifting are mystical agriculture, which lets you make seeds that produce resources, produce essences, which you can use to craft into resources like the various metals and, well, pretty much everything. And the other choice is chickens, which you can breed using roost and hatchery and chickens, those three mods, to give you very fast resource production of, again, almost everything. I'm not sure what I'm going to use. I'll probably end up using a combination of all these. But for now, have I covered everything I wanted to cover today? I really wanted to get to water creation, and we can go ahead and do that, I guess. So the easiest way to make water is an oak crucible. And oops, we're going to make this one, which needs some oak logs and a slab. We have all that, so let's go ahead and just throw that together real quick. There's our crucible. And I'm going to throw this down here, and when you throw saplings in here, you can see that it converts saplings into liquid, and the liquid it's producing is water. So do we have enough iron? We do not. We can't make a bucket yet, and that's kind of where we need to get. You can see we need to make... Oh, you didn't recognize my oak crucible. That's unfortunate. Well, when this finishes, I'll go ahead and pick it up, and that should recognize it. I'm going to break some more stone real fast, just to see if we can get enough iron to smelt into 3 ingots to make a bucket. Because what I want is to get the water bucket, which is the first stage to getting lava gen for it's either a cobblestone generator or working towards lava gen. Because we'll need to make clay, and clay comes from barrels with water in them, with dust, which is a hammer output. You know, if I hammer cobblestone gets hammered to gravel, and then gravel gets hammered to dirt, and then dirt gets hammered to sand, and then sand gets hammered to dust. So we put dust in a barrel, and we may as well make a barrel, which is simple recipe, which I hopefully have remembered. Yes. So we put the barrel down here. Oh, come on, you're almost done. Did we get enough iron to make? We did not. All right. Well, as you can see, we can smelt this to make iron ingots like that, but we need 3 ingots to make a bucket. All right. I am going to go ahead and say that that's a good wrapping up point. I really need to sift and grind a bunch more resources, which I really don't want to do on camera because it's boring to watch. Our quest log is pretty much caught up. We did unlock some quests in the storage chain, which I'm not going to go into AE2 or refined storage or black hole units yet, but I am going to go into storage drawers pretty quickly, so I'll probably make a couple of those while we're between episodes. But what I do want to do is I want to open some loot chests. So we have 11 loot chests, or 10 loot chests to open, and these can give pretty astounding rewards. Alchemy bag, believe those are just like bulk storage. I don't know. I've never actually used these. Let's see. Yep, they're just a little bit of storage, which is really nice. So those are nice. We've got 3 of them, which means our personal storage is taken care of for quite a while. We have punji sticks, which aren't real useful. We have, diamond furnace. That is a nice reward. We can throw this down, and just to give you an idea, I'm going to make some tiny charcoal, which tiny charcoal is just a craft to produce 8 from 1 regular charcoal. You can do the same with coal, but each tiny charcoal burns 1 long enough for 1 item. So this has, as you can see, a lot of space for fuel, a lot of space for things to cook, and a lot of space for output. And just to show you why it's so cool, it's a little bit faster than a standard furnace. So that is a nice upgrade. Alright, let's go ahead and open this. Fluid displays from random things. Alright, I guess that's could be useful. Let's do that. Some speed upgrades from extra utilities, which we'll use, I'm sure. Resonant upgrade kits, which are nice for thermal machines. Storage discs from refined storage. I get those all the time, and I don't really plan on using refined storage, so they're not all that useful. Fluix blocks and Certus quartz blocks from applied energistics. Now those are useful because I will probably do applied energistics. And last 2 loot chests, something good. Speed potion, which isn't terrible, and a bunch of mirrors from Solar Flux Reborn, which I'm guessing, yeah, photovoltaic cells. So I guess we're making some solar power, which is difficult in this world because we don't have sunlight until we tunnel up to the surface and dig through the lava, and not sure I really want to do that, but we'll keep them. I'm going to just keep 1 of these in my inventory for now, and as you can see, storage will be an issue. So this is a good wrapping up point. I am going to work on getting some more stone cut out of this room, expanding our workspace a little bit. I will probably make some more sieves. I will go ahead and process a few of the ore chunks we get into ingots, so we have something to work with next time, and then we can move on to some lava generation and some automated cobblestone generation, and make some clay and move forward. So that's the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and leave a like or subscribe if you want to see more, and give me a comment if you have any suggestions or just want to leave some feedback. Thanks for watching Stoneblock Episode 1. Have a great day, and I will see you next time.